between first and third here last night. Are you ready, my friend?
Oh, man, I've been ready since I started this trip of mine about 3 weeks ago. I've been looking forward to this one all year. It's so great to be back at the Diamond of Dirt Tracks. The facility is gorgeous. The only thing better than the facility and the racing are the people. The entire staff here just absolutely welcomed us with open arms, from a stay at one of the Lucas Cattle Company ranches to Danny Lorton, the staff right here on site. Man, this has really and truly been like a homecoming for me.
Glad to have you back, my friend. Ben Shelton, of course, this is where he started his career in 1993 West Plains. For Don and Billy Gibson, so much respect. All of us have respect for those folks, and without them, we would not have the Show Me 100. I'm not sure who's up on the flag. Mike Striegel standing there is usually up on the flag stand. We're going to have a fan do it here tonight.
That's what it looks like. It's like a Jimmy Owens fan.
We did the young man last night. Was 8 years old. Did a heck of a job.
It was Braxton Franklin last night as the yellow lights have been turned off. A 31-car starting field is about to go green. They will fire at the Racing for Heroes starting zone in turns 3 and 4. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is your Dixie Chopper. Feel the thunder. Jonathan Davenport gets the early hole shot in this one. James Ricky Thornton Jr. second, Tim McCready third. Side by side, they were side by side for the fourth spot. That's the battle on your screen. Devin Moran in 99, Jimmy Owens in the 20.
Jonathan Davenport now, 87 consecutive laps led here this week. As he heads into turn number 3, Ricky Thornton Jr. runs in second. Tim McCready is third. Devin Moran. It's not going to take him long. They're about a half a track away from catching the tail end of the field with 31 starters. We did have one car leave the track. I believe that was at Boom.
I believe it was the 93, the Mason Overkramer backup car that was being piloted by Tyler Stevens, who hurt his car in a B main a little earlier. So he's exited the racetrack and planning on making one lap and pulling in. That's what he did. We stay green. 4 laps now in the books. Jonathan Davenport has already stretched out to a 2.1 second advantage over Ricky Thornton Jr., Tim McCready, Devin Moran, and Jimmy Owens. On your screen right now is the battle for 7th.
And if we do have a caution at any point, it's a Delaware double file restart until 10 or less laps to go. We have a caution or red flag. All those cars that are lapped down will go to the tails. You see the battle there between Simpson and Hughes.
And the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit, it's worth noting, is outside the racetrack here, located just off of the racetrack where the cars actually enter the Speedway off of turn number 2.
Right now, Jonathan Davenport maintains the lead. He has led every lap this week so far. He's going to pick up the tail end of the field right now as they are coming out of turn 2. Davenport right now exits turn 2. Got a battle for third back here between McCready and Owens. Creeping ever so close, Spencer Hughes right there as they roll down the back straightaway. And the Clements-powered Longhorn for Lance and Darla Landers. Double L Motorsports out of turn 2. Down the back straightaway.
Justin Duty will be the first driver to go one lap down as you see Davenport trying to work around the high side of the Don Frank floors, number 15, and he does so. He's able to work by him, and 9 laps into this race, Jonathan Davenport holding steady at a 2-second advantage over Ricky Thornton Jr., Tim McCready, and Jimmy Owens.
Yeah, the main goal is to stay on that lead lap here early on with this many cars, still 30 of the 31 starters remaining. Jonathan Davenport works out at turn number 2. You see the battle back here between Tim McCready and Jimmy Owens. They have combined for 6 Lucas Oil Championships. That's the battle for 3rd and 4th. Moran 5th, Hughes 6th, Overton 7th. Simpson is 8th, Chris Simpson. McCowan 9th, and Garrett Alberson runs 10th.
Good battle right there for that 3rd spot. As you saw Jimmy Owens peek a nose down to the inside of Tim McCready trying to take that spot away. Wasn't able to do so. He'll tuck back in line. McCready right now holds on to 3rd. Meanwhile, back up at the front of the field the last couple laps, your race leader, Jonathan Davenport's been kind of stuck there in lap traffic. You see Ricky Thornton Jr. able to close in that margin of lead for Jonathan Davenport, now down to 1.2 seconds.
Out of turn number 4, down the main straightaway, Boom Briggs, Daniel Hilzebeck, Nero Iowa driver, MLR regular, and there's RTJ Hilzebeck out of shape in 2, right in front of your leader, and here comes Ricky Thornton Jr. down the back straightaway. We're going to have a 2-car battle for the lead here, shaping up soon as we come out of turn 4. 14 laps scored here tonight.
It was down to 9/10 of a second that last time by after being up over 2. RTJ is able to cut another 10th off of it. Let's not lose sight of this good battle for third as well, as Jimmy Owens has got his feet under him. He's able to stick a nose underneath Tim McCready in the battle for position number 3. McCready holding steady on the bottom of the racetrack. Just behind them, you saw Spencer Hughes in the PCC Motorsports number 11. He's up to 5th.
And he was the fastest car on the track. And now Spencer Hughes down the back straightaway. Spencer Hughes showing some strength in that PCC Motorsports car as he's going to battle right here with Owens and McCready down the main straightaway. 16 laps scored. The lead is 1.4 seconds for Davenport as they have the lap car of Boone Briggs between himself and Ricky Thornton Jr. Nice race here.
Best battle on the track indeed, James. This 3-car battle for the 3rd spot between the 39 of McCready, the 20 of Owens, and the 11 of Spencer Hughes. Hughes running a slightly different line. He's running the high side all the way around this racetrack. He's able to get a good run right there off turn number 2. Can't quite work by Jimmy Owens. He'll try once again in turns 3 and 4.
Here comes Spence. Ryder Cantillo, the crew chief on that 11. He's got a good hot rod. Caution free so far, 18 in the books. It's Davenport, Thornton, McCready, Owens, and Hughes. You're seeing the battle here for 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Devin Moran remains 6th. Overton, Dylan McCowan 8th. Garrett Alberson, Chris Simpson now in 10th. And Max Blair is up to 11th for 14.
Meanwhile, back up at the front. Oh, and we have our first Gorsuch performance caution of the night as Chris Simpson has slowed to a stop at the top of the racetrack in turn number 4. 19 laps in the books here in the 31st Show Me 100. Chris Simpson going to make his way to the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit after bringing out the Gorsuch Performance Caution flag with 19 laps scored, 81 laps remaining here in the 31st running of the Show Me 100. James, this one's been all Jonathan Davenport since the drop of the green.
Yeah, he led 45 laps on Thursday night, 40 last night, led the first 19 here. Chris Simpson was inside the top 10, by the way, when he slowed. The lead the last time around was 1.2 seconds, so all lap traffic will be cleared out. They will go to the tail into the field as you see Chris Simpson in the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit and the Lucas Oil 46 for Jason Pappage of Earl Pearson Jr.
Yeah, both those drivers down there getting
look at the mud
right now. Yeah, a lot of mud. They're pulling off the decking there of the 46 of Earl Pearson Jr.'s car. Looks like they might be going to work underneath of that race car. Chris Simpson getting work done to the right rear of that race car. Peyton Looney, the 2020 Show Me 100 champion, is also pulled off the racetrack, and I don't see the Republic Missouri driver's car in the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit. He may be done for the night.
Yeah, during that long green flag run, we lost Justin Duty and we saw Peyton Looney pull in as well. Both those 15 cars out of the race here tonight.
Thank you, Ben.
Thanks a lot, Ben.
It's Chris Simpson trying to get back out there. It's a little congested over there in the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit.
As the field on the track now beginning to get lined up, James, in the Delaware double file restart, again with 19 scored, 81 laps to go.
And again, Spencer Hughes, he has been the fastest car for about 2 of the last 3 laps in that 11 car. He will line up on the bottom on the restart. Thornton picks the top on McCready, and he has the choice. So we'll do this till 10 or less laps to go, that it's single file. Davenport out in front. So how about Dylan McCowan now? He is up, he's in 7th. Now he did start 6th. He's hanging right in there at the best in the business.
Yeah, absolutely. He's running very well right now. He's in the 7th position. There's a good look at the driver out of Urbana, Missouri. The defending Lucas Oil Speedway Modified Track Champion in the 8. James, the caution lights have been turned off. Green flag is going to wave this time by. They'll fire at the Racing for Heroes restart zone in turns 3 and 4. 19 laps are complete. 81 laps to go in the 31st Show Me 100.
Back underway, Thornton McCready. They'll go down the main straightaway into turn 1. Davenport will lead them. Thornton fires to the outside. Oh, Jimmy Owens trying to hang on. Here comes Moran. And Spencer Hughes has climbed to 4th in car number 11.
Spence on the move in the 11, that PCC Motorsports entry. But Jimmy Owens gets a run on the outside. J.O. now going to take the 4th spot away from Spencer Hughes, at least momentarily. Could the driver of the Kohler Motorsports number 20 grab his 5th Show Me 100 win here tonight.
That would be a 7th straight top 10 in the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series points. Don't count him out of the Final 4. Into turn 1, Owens working that top, Hughes down low. Davenport still leads, 21 laps scored. As we head into turn 3, Thornton still second, McCready, Jimmy Owens trying to make that top work. Hughes behind him. Then it's McCowan, Moran, Alberson, Overton, Chad Simpson is 10th, and the Gorsuch Performance Solutions caution is out.
It's Boom Briggs in the 99B as he had slowed to almost a stop at the top of the racetrack down in turns 1 and 2. And that will put us under the Gorsuch Performance caution flag for the second time here in this main event. Jonathan Davenport is your race leader here in the Show Me 100. Jonathan Davenport is your race leader here at Lucas Oil Speedway in the Show Me 100. James, he has led every lap of every race so far here this weekend. There's damage on the 16 of Tyler Bruning's car. As you see, the left front looks like it got sucker punched at some point out there on the speedway. So the Decorah, Iowa native, who currently runs in the 13th position, you see that flopper dragging on the bottom of the racetrack. That is not going to be good for the driver of the Bruning Motorsports 16.
Hudson O'Neill, by the way, started 20th. He's up to 12th. And again, they're shooting for that Sunoco Race Fuels $2,500 bonus. Again, the top 15 in points with perfect attendance. We have 16 cars that have run every race. $2,500 to win that. So O'Neill, still a long way to go. We're not even a quarter of the way through this race.
James taking a look at the early Todd Steel Building's hard charger of the race. How about this? Dustin Hodges up 14 positions already. The driver of the 22H right there, he started in 30th. He's worked his way up to 16th. He's already gained 14 positions.
Looking like Rocky Hodges.
Yes, yes he is.
Former sprint car racer is coming back out. Boom Briggs comes back out into the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit. So it's Davenport, Thornton, McCready, Owens, Hughes 5th, McCowan 6th, 7th Moran, 8th Alberson, 9th Overton, 10th is Chad Simpson. Now this time, look at this, Thornton's going to pick the bottom on McCready.
Interesting move. We'll see how it plays out as they get to the Racing for Heroes restart zone. We're back underway. 21 laps scored, 79 remaining.
The 20, oh, not a good restart for McCready. Drifts up into turn number 2, he'll lose the spot. Here comes Jimmy Owens down the back straightaway. Here comes Spencer Hughes, and we got a spinner in turn number 2, and the Gorsuch Performance Solutions caution back out again. And it's the 51 of the defending track champion, Larry Ferris.
Third caution flag of the race as Larry Ferris has spun to a stop over in turns 1 and 2 here in the 31st running of the Show Me 100. Back-to-back caution flags here at Lucas Oil Speedway. Damage on the 51 of Larry Ferris as he had spun to a stop over in turns 1 and 2 has put us under the third caution flag of the race, the third Gorsuch Performance Solutions caution. And Ferris, see if he is able to rejoin this field at the tail or if he is going to call it a night. As the field, James, already lined back up in the Delaware double file restart. We'll go back to green flag racing this time by. Did not get a lap in. 21 laps scored, 79 laps still remain.
Jonathan Davenport, now Thornton's going to pick the bottom again on McCready. Boy, these restarts have been something else. Keep an eye on the 20 and the 11. McCready, a break for him. He lost a spot or two on the restart. This time down the straightaway, Davenport will lead him into turn 1 at the Racing for Heroes restart zone.
And outside, a little slippery down in 1 and 2, but when you hit it right, man, you're able to get some traction as well. As you saw how big of a gap Davenport was immediately able to put on him. And Tim McCready, that caution, a blessing in disguise for him because he had fallen back to 4th or 5th. Now on this restart, he jumps up to 2nd.
Here comes Spencer Hughes down the back straightaway. A run on the outside of Jimmy Owens. Boy, that battle second on back is good. Moran is in there. McCowan, Overton, Alberson. Max Blair up to 10th in car 111.
Max Blair running good in the 1-1-1. Here comes Spencer Hughes in the 1-1, trying to get a run on the outside. 3-car battle for the second spot. Ricky Thornton Jr., Jimmy Owens, and Hughes.
Davenport still out in front. McCready trying to catch him. What a three-car battle there. Look at this. Thornton Owens and Spencer Hughes. Can Hughes make the top work out of turn number 2? The momentum down the back straightaway. And Thornton will cut right in front of him going into turn number 3. Here comes Owens. Fires back on the bottom. Here comes Moran. Here comes Garrett Alberson. But it's still all Jonathan Davenport right now. And the advantage 1.66 seconds over Tim McCready.
Tough break for Dustin Hodges. We just talked about him. He was the hard charger of the race at that last caution. He is pulled into the infield. His night is done. And I stand corrected this. I mentioned earlier this was the battle for second, actually the battle for third behind your second place car, Tim McCready. These drivers do battle, and Ricky Thornton Jr. trying to shake himself free from Spencer Hughes and Jimmy Owens.
Now Ricky Thornton Jr. gets back to the top. You see Jimmy Owens now. He'll go behind the 11 of Hughes. Again, it's Devin Moran in 6th, Garrett Alberson 7th, Dylan McCowan in 8th, Brandon over to 9th. Hudson O'Neill has climbed the 10th. O'Neill from 20th to 10th. Now he's a candidate for the Todd Steel Building's hard charge of the race for the 2021 winner.
Hudson O'Neill in the Rocket 1 there. James this time by 28 laps are complete. In the Show Me 100, Jonathan Davenport, your race leader. And now behind him, a battle for the second spot. Tim McCready has held that spot in the last couple laps. Ricky Thornton Jr., Spencer Hughes, and Jimmy Owens are all right there in the battle for second.
That is a highly entertaining battle. We'll have 30 laps in the books. It's still Davenport. Heavy traffic into turn 1. Battle for second. McCready, Thornton, Hughes, Owens going at it. And now is their chance. If this thing stays green, Davenport bogged down in traffic into turn 3. And here comes the rest of the field.
Yeah, they're going to close in on him here considerably in just a matter of laps. Man, that's a great battle back there for second. Spencer, I'm not convinced yet Spencer Hughes maybe doesn't have the best car on the racetrack right now. He's just got to try to find a way around 2 other very good cars in Tim McCready and Ricky Thornton Jr.
Right now, the Lance and Darla Landers Double O Motorsports on the double box as they go down the straightaway. Now Hughes and McCready. Spencer Hughes in 3rd. In front of him, the second place car, Ricky Thornton Jr. 1.2 seconds the advantage, 32 laps down. Still 18 shy of the halfway. It's been sporty for second. Davenport has led every lap, but he has heavy traffic to deal with.
Indeed he does, and that lead now down to less than a second. Hughes trying to work his way by the 46 of Earl Pearson Jr. And now he's caught Ricky Thornton Jr. in a battle for the second spot.
And they are closing. Here they come. They're on the same straightaway into turn 1. Davenport load out at turn number 2. Here comes Thornton. No lap cars between 1st and 2nd. Here comes Hughes. Here comes Jimmy Owens. McCready is back to 5th. Devin Moran still 6th. Oh, man, it's going to get busy up front. Spencer Hughes slides up the truck. He'll clear the lap car of Boone Briggs. And now the Gorsuch Performance Solutions caution is out, and it's in turn 2 for Ross Robinson, who's turned around over there. Man, it was a dandy right there with 35. I think we'll go back to 34. Yes, it's the leader plus 3, Dustin, in the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series.
That it is, James.
How about that race for second, my friend?
What a battle it is. 34 laps in the books here in the 31st running of the Show Me 100 at Lucas Oil Speedway. "34 laps are complete in the 31st annual Show Me 100 presented by the Missouri Division of Travel,
Tourism
and Travel.
all right.
We appreciate everything they do.
We appreciate everybody traveling to Lucas Oil Speedway.
It takes travel. It takes the travel to make the Missouri Division of Tourism work as well.
Well, Davenport, can he hang on lead every lap the last 3 nights? We'll see. 34 in the books, but that battle for a second. Ricky Thornton Jr. has it right now. Spencer Hughes is 3rd after starting in 8th. Then it's Owens, McCready, your top 5 right now.
So where does Ricky Thornton Jr. pick on this restart? He chose the outside lane 2 restarts ago. He chose the inside lane on the last restart. The thing is, if he chooses the inside lane on this restart, Spencer Hughes has been running the outside. That's where the 11 seems like he's been a little bit better.
We figure coming into this race, the odds-on favorites were Davenport and Thornton. But I tell you, Spencer Hughes could pull the upset here tonight and get his first crown jewel victory
His first Lucas Oil late model dirt series victory as well.
Yes, we've had 11 so far, different winners this year. Earl Pearson Jr. back out of the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit along with Tyler Bruning. So 34 laps in the books. Davenport, Thornton, as I mentioned, Hughes, Owens, McCready. Devin Moran is 6th, and Garrett Alberson, Brandon Over, and Dylan McCowan doing a good job. Tip of the cap to him in his first Show Me 100. Hudson Neal is 10th, Chad Simpson, Chris Ferguson, Tyler 13th, Max Blair 14th, Dalton Wilson runs in 15th.
You talked about the driver of the Rocket 1, Hudson O'Neal. Right now, he is the Todd Steel Buildings hard charger of the race. He's gained 10 spots. He started 20th. He is up to 10th.
And look what RTJ's going to do to Spencer Hughes.
He's going to take that outside line away from him. We'll see if that pays dividends for him or Spence is able to get the jump on him on this restart. Mason Ziegler, who was in the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit, has also made his way back out on the Speedway. James, the caution lights have been turned, they had been turned off. I'm going to throw them back on here for one more lap, I do believe.
Shout out to Mike Striegel, the chief starter here at Lucas Oil Speedway, for his usual great job. Glad
the Wheatland Outlaw.
The Wheatland Outlaw, that's right. Well, Jimmy Owens he's got a fast hot rod as well. Just trying to get a handle on it. And we'll see what happens. He's a veteran here. He knows what it takes. You got to be around at the end to win this thing. As Ross Robinson makes his way back out on the racetrack. So out of the race, Dustin, Justin Duty, Peyton Looney, Dustin Hodges, Larry Ferris, and we've got one more out of the race.
Ferris is still out there. Ferris is
Ferris
back
is
out
still
on
out
the
there,
racetrack.
but we've got one more in 31st. I'm not sure. It was the Tyler Stevens.
Thank you.
Tyler
yes,
Stevens. Thank you very much.
Yes, you're exactly right.
All
right.
right. Mason Oberkramer's car here tonight after a broken J-bar or something in the rear end of that car in his B main. So Jonathan Davenport,
looking for his second Show Me 100 win. He got the win in this race back in 2015, as you mentioned earlier.
Last drive, since 2007, he's been the only driver to lead all 100 laps. Wendell Wallace did it in 2007. And right now, we'll see Spencer Hughes, 3rd. Ricky Thornton Jr. in 2nd. Owens, McCready, Moran, Alberson, Overton, McCowan, O'Neal, your top 10. 66 laps left in the 31st annual Show Me 100 of the Racing for Heroes Restart Zone. Dustin, here we go again.
Green flag's back out, and man, the Fast 49 is indeed fast on these restarts. Spencer Hughes, though, takes the 2nd spot away from Ricky Thornton Jr. on the restart.
Now on the bottom, here comes Thornton, here comes Owens up top, McCready, Moran, Alberson down the straightaway, and Spencer Hughes will again clear Ricky Thornton Jr. He moves to 2nd. He started back in 8th. Now, can anyone catch Davenport or Spencer Hughes pulling away from Ricky Thornton Jr. Dustin into turn 3?
Thornton Jr. going to go back down to the inside of the racetrack in that battle for the 2nd spot. Jimmy Owens right there as well. Behind them, a good battle also. Garrett Alberson in the 58, James, working his way up through the field. He fell back early. He started 10th, and now Garrett Alberson, the Roberts Racing 58, starting to pedal his way back up through the field. Boom Brake's going to call it a night.
Hudson O'Neal up another spot, 20th to 9th in that Valvoline Rocket #1 car. There you see him on the screen battling with Brandon Overton. So 1st and 3rd in the points, and we got turned around, and Tyler, one of them, into turn 1, and Dalton Wilson and Ross Robinson and the Gorsuch Performance Solutions cautions back out again here at Wheatland with 37 scored.
"37 laps in the books here in the 31st annual Show Me 100. Jonathan Davenport has been your leader since the drop of the green flag, and our 5th Gorsuch Performance caution of the race. 37 laps in happens when Tyler Erb and Dalton Wilson come together over in turns 1 and 2. There's a good look at the Best Performance Motorsports #1 of Tyler Erb. James in the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit.
Going to change helmets there, is apparently out of tear-offs is Tyler Erb.
So Tyler Erb in the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit. 37 laps are scored. You are watching the 31st annual Show Me 100 here at Lucas Oil Speedway.
Well, welcome back to Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series here at Lucas Oil Speedway in Wheatland, Missouri, the 31st annual Show Me 100. 37 laps in the books. The caution coming out for 3 cars in turn number 2, Dustin Jarrett. It was Tyler Erb, Dalton Wilson, and Ross Robinson. And Jonathan Davenport is led from the drop of the green, but Spencer Hughes 8th to 2nd, Ben Shelton.
Something to keep an eye on that I've noticed on these restarts is for the first time this weekend, we've got a cushion on both ends. It's really thin down here in 3 and 4. 1 and 2, there's a little bit more, but you're seeing some of these guys really bending these race cars on them. And if they're hooking this cushion just wrong, it turns them sideways. Something to watch as this race wears on.
There's a good look at that cushion around the racetrack, or maybe what's left of it. As you see, it's kind of pushed up the racetrack and in a few different places there as well. Yellow lights turned off, green flag going to wave. 37 laps are in the books in the 31st Show Me 100. Spencer Hughes, James, chooses the inside lane.
At the racing crew is restart zone. Davenport into 1. Here comes Thornton through the middle. Hughes down low. McCready up top out of turn number 2. McCready a run on Jimmy Owens down the back straightaway. As we work lap 38, Jimmy Owens now on the bottom, slides right through the middle. Hughes is back to 3rd now as Ricky Thornton Jr. has regained position number 2.
Ricky Thornton Jr. back to 2nd, Hughes in 3rd. Jimmy Owens trying to get some run on the bottom of the racetrack. Here comes Garrett Alberson looking to move into the top 5. Alberson in that Ken and Beth Roberts owned Black Diamond race car number 58 on the outside. Yes, he will take the 5th spot away from Jimmy Owens.
Very impressive down the back straightaway. Last year's O'Reilly Auto Parts Rookie of the Year. Right now the deficit is 1.359 seconds for Jonathan Davenport over Thornton. At the line, it's 1.5 seconds down the back straightaway.
And there's a look at Hudson O'Neal, James. He started 20th, and with that move around Devin Moran, he has now worked his way up to 7th. He is the current Todd Steel Building's hard charger of the race, having gained 13 positions, this time by 41 laps scored, 59 to go.
1.6 seconds. Ricky Thornton Jr.'s got something going up top, Dustin. Eyeball tested. Chris Simpson is going to slow on the front straightaway, and the Gorsuch Performance Solutions caution is back out for the 6th time in the Show Me 100.
That is the 2nd caution flag of the race for Chris Simpson, who had slowed on the racetrack. As there you see the driver out of Oxford, Iowa, going to make his way back to the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit area. 41 laps are scored, 59 laps remain here at Lucas Oil Speedway. Chris Simpson is in the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit here at Lucas Oil Speedway. He's our latest caution car with 41 laps scored, 59 laps remaining in the 31st running of the Show Me 100. You'll see the 32 making his way back out on the racetrack. We also saw the 7R of Ross Robinson in the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit as well, James.
Well, last year we had 6 lead changes among 4 drivers. The year before that, 5 lead changes among 5 drivers. And Ben, visibly, Ricky Thornton Jr. was gaining on Davenport. If we could just get into traffic to see what happens. I know Davenport doesn't want to see any traffic, but to see how his car performs. But Thornton and Spencer Hughes has run a heck of a race in 11.
Yeah, and you touched on it, James. I'm not so sure, but Spencer Hughes might not have the car to win tonight. JD, once he had to move off the bottom to the top, that car does not seem as good as it is when he's able to run the low side of the racetrack. And Ricky Thornton Jr., obviously, he's a masher, man. He loves a good cushion. He loves to run the top. This one's going to be fun now with 59 laps remaining.
Earl Pearson Jr. back in the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit area as well, as I believe they just put the hood back on the 46, looking at something in the engine of that race car. He's going to make his way back out on the speedway as well, James, as I believe we've still got 26 of your original 31 starters on the track as we're 9 laps shy of halfway.
Davenport, Thornton, Hughes, top 3. 4th is McCready, 5th Alberson, 6th Owen, 7th is O'Neal from 20th. Moran 8th over to 9th. Ferguson runs in 10th.
Yellow lights have been turned off. We'll go back to green flag racing this time by.
Be interesting that how are they biding their time. They get to traffic. See what happens if this thing can stay green. Jonathan Davenport Has not been passed all weekend long so far. Here comes the restart. Here comes Spencer Hughes and Ricky Thornton Jr. and Tim McCready.
Jonathan Davenport so good on these restarts. Ricky Thornton Jr., though, as we said, maybe found the line to his liking. Look at Tim McCready looking to the outside of Spencer Hughes now in a battle for the Big River Steel podium.
You think this top is cleaning up some as they come down the straightaway around Garrett Alberson. Alberson was 5th. He's back to 6th. The lead is back to 1.2 seconds. Takes a little bit as Moran works the outside as Alberson loses another spot. Meanwhile, Hudson O'Neill has dropped back to 8th. Moran Hean going back and forth back there as you see them behind Jimmy Owens. 43 scored for 49.
Oh,
Jonathan Davenport.
And that is, as Ben had mentioned, that can be a tricky cushion to try to tiptoe around. And I think we are not far away from seeing guys get off of that cushion and start to work their way back down to the bottom of the racetrack. Your race leader, Jonathan Davenport, just jumped it. Coming off turn number 2. Yes, he did.
And that's going to allow Thornton to close in. It was 1.4 seconds the last time around. And the Gorsuch Performance Solutions is out. And Ross Robinson coming out at turn number 4.
So Ross Robinson with heavy damage on the number 7, and that will put us under the Gorsuch Performance caution flag. Again, 44 laps in the books, and a lot of damage on the 7 of Ross Robinson, and indication there's Larry Ferris also involved in the accident. Word from Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series officials, James, is that both drivers are okay. Our 7th caution flag of the night here at Lucas Oil Speedway occurs for an incident off turn number 4 as the defending track champion Larry Ferris and the 51 and the 7R Georgetown, Delaware's Ross Robinson involved in the 7th caution flag of the race with 44 laps scored. James, 56 laps remaining here in the Show Me 100.
Well, not how he wanted to end in his first Show Me 100. He made the show here on Thursday night. Let's see what happened here on the replay coming off of turn 4.
This is actually, I believe,
Jonathan Davenport on the restart.
Yes, I think we're going to see. We talked about Jonathan Davenport jumping the cushion. Our cameras were on the battle for second at the time. Here's a look at what happened to JD. Right there, it's almost like he set the car up a little bit late, and that caused him to push up the racetrack. You saw the left front tire turned dead to the left, and that's what allowed Ricky Thornton Jr. to close back in on him. And again, that's all for naught, as this 7th caution flag of the race will eliminate the gap that Davenport had and the run that Ricky Thornton Jr. had. As they clean up the accident over here in turn number 4, we're going to step aside for a set of commercial breaks. This is the 31st annual Show Me 100. You are watching all of this at Lucas Oil Speedway. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the 31st annual Show Me 100 here at Lucas Oil Speedway in Wheatland, Missouri. 44 laps are complete, 56 laps to go. And under our 7th caution flag up the race, James, it looks like a helmet change is going on for some of the drivers.
For safety purposes, we've stopped them. 44 laps complete. That's why you always have the backup helmet ready with full number of tear-offs on there as well. There you see Ryder Cantillo, crew chief for Spencer Hughes, who's running in 3rd right now. McCready 4th, Owens is 5th. That's all behind Davenport and Thornton. Your top 2. No, you're right. As long as it stays green, it's going to see what happens if we can stay green the rest of the way, but not hopeful. 7 laps, 7 cautions so far here tonight. There you see Devin Moran currently in 6th. Garrett Alberson 7th, Hudson on 8th, Brandon Overton 9th, Chris Ferguson runs in 10th. There is Scott Faker, crew chief for the 39 car. His brother Kent, crew chief for the 76 of Brandon Overton. And Ben, the running of the helmets in turn 2.
Well, I really think this is just another indication why we've had so many Gorsuch Performance Solutions cautions tonight. This racetrack's really aggressive, and guys are just on the ragged edge, especially since it's gone to the top in the past 20 laps. And so with that, you got a lot of dirt, mud being thrown up. Guys are needing more tear-offs, and we're also seeing guys get in some tough situations on a really fast racetrack. But man, I tell you what, JD, just when we thought Thornton on that last restart was going to have something for him, Jonathan has just been fantastic on these restarts all night so far.
Yeah, you're exactly right, Ben. That 49 car on the restarts, certainly the class of the field, especially, and we say it all the time, but when he's by himself out front in clean air, I mean, it's just, you know, a lot of folks may get tired of hearing about the clean air and aero, but it is what it is, and it's part of our sport. It's going to be here. We're not going to change that, but the 49, obviously the class of the field, James, whenever he's by himself out front. There's a look at the Rocket 1, Hudson O'Neal. Right now, the biggest mover and shaker of the day started back in 20th. He has worked his way up to 8th. He has gained 12 positions in the first 44 laps of the Show Me 100.
As Hudson O'Neal straps on his helmet and make sure everybody is strapped in. There's the 76 of Brandon Overton, looking to make a run at his first Lucas Oil Championship. Getting those tear-offs on there, Dustin. Chris Simpson down in the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit. He'll be coming back out. So 44 laps complete, still 6 shy of the halfway mark here tonight. So out of the race is Stevens, Justin Duty, Peyton Looney, Dustin Hodges, Boom Briggs, Larry Ferris, and Ross Robinson. So 24 cars will still be left on the racetrack, 7 out of this one.
Well, James, as they continue the helmet swap down in turn number 2, we're going to step aside once again here at the 31st annual Show Me 100 from Lucas Oil Speedway.
Welcome back to Lucas Oil Speedway, the 31st Show Me 100 here tonight in Wheatland, Missouri. As 44 laps are complete. As we have the helmet exchange on there, some new tear-offs. There's Chris Simpson back out, Mason Ziegler, Earl Pearson Jr. They were in the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit here tonight. Back out on the track. So it'll be Jonathan Davenport, Ricky Thornton Jr., Spencer Hughes, Tim McCready, Jimmy Owens, again, your top 5. So Thornton will have the choice as he got around Spencer Hughes to get into the second spot.
Jonathan Davenport's been your leader since the drop of the green flag, James. There's been some drivers that we thought were going to challenge him. Hasn't quite happened yet, though. Ricky Thornton Jr. has been close. Spencer Hughes has had some good runs. We're not even halfway yet, though.
Yeah, you get close to
got
traffic.
more than half the race to go,
yeah. That, you know, that's part of it. Not every race can go caution-free, especially a 100-lapper. Right now, Davenport, Thornton, Hughes, McCready, Owens. Again, Moran is 6th. 7th is Albertson. 8th is O'Neill. 9th is Overton. 10th is Ferguson. 11th is Chad Simpson. 12th is Ricky Weiss. 13th, Dylan McCowan. 14th is Max Blair. 15th is Daniel Hilzebeck. Then it's Kylan Garner, Tyler Erb, Mason Ziegler, Dalton Wilson, Tyler Bruning, Trevor Gundaker, Chris Simpson, Jeff Herzog, Earl Pearson Jr. 24 cars left running at this moment.
We started 31 of them. And Jonathan Davenport will be at the front of the field again. Delaware double file restart.
Remember, people talking about fuel. It's a pound per lap burn off in the main event only, so they get a 100-pound burn off.
So
they may need it.
They'll have to weigh 2250. Normally they weigh 2350. With a pound per lap burn off, they'll have to weigh 2250 at the end of the race. Yellow lights turned off. Green flag going to wave this time in the Racing for Heroes start zone. Jonathan Davenport, Ricky Thornton Jr., Spencer Hughes, your top 3.
Some of them may have 100 pounds of mud on there at the end of the night. As we go to turn 1, Davenport. Whoa, Davenport missed the corner. And he fires right through the middle of it. He missed the corner in turn number 1. And Ricky Thornton Jr. on the bottom, out at turn number 4. They come at the line. Davenport's got the lead back. Wow.
Ricky Thornton Jr. second, Spencer Hughes in third. Thornton momentarily capitalized on the misstep by Jonathan Davenport. Davenport, though, able to power back ahead. There's Tim McCready in fourth. Devin Moran now rounds out the top 5. Oh, man. Tim McCready got a little sideways right there. That might allow Devin Moran to get a run instead. Here comes Jimmy Owens. Owens down the inside. He tries to get 2 for the price of 1. Can't get it done, though.
That turn 2's a little gnarly up there. Here comes Owens back on the bottom. JD continues to lead. Ricky Thornton Jr. runs in second. 1.1 second exactly behind him. And then Spencer uses third battle there. O'Neill slides up the track right in front of Jimmy Owens. And Jimmy Owens is off the pace. And Jimmy Owens off the pace at car number 20. Coming out of turn number 2, running in the 6th spot, looking for his 7th straight top 10 in the series.
Yeah.
I'm not sure exactly. Hudson came up there and
yeah.
So the car is not under power, so I'm not sure if maybe somehow kill switch got hit or whatever, but he's asking for a push there, and he's motioning Jeremy Shields over. The car definitely not under power as he rolls to a stop.
That's what.
And they are looking at the they're looking at the kill switch, guys.
That's what it was.
Wow.
They've got a kill switch mounted on the back of the behind the seat.
What a tough break for Jimmy Owens right
Probably
there.
a piece of mud or something knocked it off. So right now he was running in 6th. He'll have to go to the back because he was the Gorsuch Performance caution. So Davenport, he missed turn 1.
Yeah, he
went in there. Jimmy Owens is going to go back to the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit. And we'll see if we have a replay of that last restart, but Davenport went in there and the car did not turn.
He just got too high. Yeah, he went in there, and we saw that happen one other time as well, a couple races ago. We'll take a look at the instant replay now on this restart. There they fire off in turn 3 and 4, and just keep your eyes on the leader 49, Jonathan Davenport right here. got a little bit above that cushion. Thornton was able to get by momentarily, and JD crossed him back over to reclaim the lead.
He went right through him, knife and butter right there, but he still has the lead. 47 officially in the books. Thornton, Hughes, McCready, Moran now 5th. O'Neill will now be 6th, and Overton, Alberson, Ferguson, Chad Simpson, your top 10 as Owens comes back out in car 20.
Hudson O'Neill once again up 14 positions right now. He started back in 20th. We're 47 laps into this race, 3 laps shy of halfway here in the 31st running of the Show Me 100. All right, yellow lights turned off. PSG, please stay green. 8 cautions in the first 47 laps of this race. Just got a hankering, man. If we are able to stay green, we're going to have ourselves a really, really good Show Me 100 here in Wheatland, Missouri. As a fire off in the Racing for Heroes restart zone, and we're back underway.
Davenport into 1. We'll see what now. He goes a little bit lower, still drifts up the track. Ricky Thornton Jr. there out of turn number 2. Hughes down the back straightaway. Here comes McCready. He'll slide to the bottom of the 11 of Spencer Hughes. They go side by side. And here comes Brandon Overton starting to show his strength in 76, the Muscle Factory car in turn number 1 alongside Hudson O'Neill.
Yeah, Brandon Overton getting a little bit of a run there on the bottom. Look at Fergie. Chris Ferguson in the 22 working his way up through the field. He started back in 16th. Defending race winner. Trying to, in trouble coming off turn number 2. Jeff Herzog is spun around. He's down in the infield and keeps it going. And the Gorsuch Performance caution flag is out. Jeff Herzog spun coming off turn number 2, was down in the infield, and he had pulled out on the racetrack, and that puts us under the Gorsuch Performance caution flag once again.
Well, Moran and McCready going in. Moran is up to 4th now in 99. McCready 5th, O'Neill 6th, Overton 7th. Alberson, Ferguson up to 9th, the reigning winner of this race. Chad Simpson 10th. Tyler Erb, is he 11th? Yes, from the back.
Yeah, remember he went in the pits earlier on in the race. The driver of the Best Performance Motorsports, number 1. Dylan McCowan is 12th, Max Blair 13th, Ricky Weiss 14th, and Tyler Bruning rounds out the top 15.
Well, Jonathan Davenport went a little bit lower than he did the last restart, and it still nearly had Thornton slip by him again.
His restarts have, and it's funny because we had just a couple restarts ago we were bragging about how good the 49 was on the restarts, and I still think that's the best car on the restarts. He's missed the mark just a little bit getting into turn number 1 the last couple times.
Chris Simpson back out of the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit. So we'll go green and then halfway here tonight in the 31st Show Me 100 for $50,000. And Chris Simpson does make his way back onto the racetrack. All right, on the Delaware double file. Again, we'll do this till 10 or less laps to go. Thorne's going to pick the bottom on Hughes. Moran and McCready will go door to door here.
Jimmy Owens going to try to make his way back out on the racetrack as well from the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit area. He'll rejoin the field at the tail. There's a look at the Kohler Motorsports number 20. So again, 49 laps scored, 51 laps to go. They'll go green this time by. Next time, we'll be halfway.
Mike Striegel waving the green flag back at the Racing for Heroes restart zone. Here comes Davenport. Out at turn number 2, a little sketchy there the last 3 times up top. Here comes Hughes, here comes Devin Moran. Out at turn 4, Devin Moran to the outside of McCready. Here comes Brandon Overton on the top of 39, Tim McCready, 76 into 1. Davenport still leads down the back straightaway. When McCready way down low coming out of turn 2 on the bottom, Dustin.
Where he likes to run. When he finds something down there at 39 can be good, and now he drifts up a little bit down in turns 3 and 4. Hudson O'Neill trying to work by and move into the 6th position.
Whoa, and Hudson O'Neill got a little sideways there. At turn 2 up there as they battle through the field, and they come off of turn 4. It's still Davenport. Ricky Thornton Jr. has cut it to 0.6 of a second. Here they come, the battle at turn number 2.
Ricky Thornton Jr. went low that time down in turns 1 and 2 and lost a little bit of ground. RTJ is really, really good up top. The issue is, so is Jonathan Davenport. Davenport got the right rear up over the cushion down in turns 3 and 4. That opens up the door for RTJ. He throws a slide job on him in 1 and 2. He clears Davenport. Davenport crosses him back over.
For the first time this weekend, Jonathan Davenport at the line is where it counts out of 4. Davenport can't get through 4 at the line, and still Davenport leads. 54 in the books, thrown to throw the slider. Davenport the crossover. Down the back straightaway. They are going at it. Devin Moran, meanwhile, is back to 4th.
Oh, another slider by RTJ.
Slider around Davenport. No, Davenport maintains the lead. And meanwhile, Spencer Hughes is catching both of them into turn number 1.
Spence on the move. We're about to have a 3-car battle for the race lead. Jonathan Davenport going to get up on the wheel. So, man, I've had enough of this. So I don't want to trade sliders with Ricky Thornton Jr. anymore. So he's able to hit his marks in turn 4 correctly the last 2 laps, and he's able to stretch back out now to 0.8 of a second over RTJ and Spencer Hughes.
Ricky Thornton Jr., the hard charger of the last 2 nights. These two started on the front row. Out of turn 4 in Davenport. He has got a bucking bronco, let's say, right?
Yes,
the Dirty
does.
Dollar Farms.
He's staying
the Dirty
on.
Dollar Ranch.
He's staying on longer than 8 seconds as
Look
well.
like Rachel on the bull.
He's been
Look
out
out, and he
front.
almost got to the wall at the line. Do
Go.
we? We do have a new leader. It's
Ricky
Ricky Thornton Jr.
By 2 1/1000ths of a second that time by at
Holy
the
cow.
stripe. RTJ out front. Chris Simpson slow in the back straightaway. He's going to make the turn into the infield. We stay green, and we still have Ricky Thornton Jr. out front. James lap 59.
So he took the lead lap on 57. Meanwhile, Spencer Hughes is still 3rd. Brandon Overton is 4th. Moran 5th. McCready, O'Neill, Erb. Tyler Erb from the tail after pitting is 8th. McCown 9th. Chad Simpson is 10th.
I told you, man. I told you if we could stay green.
I know.
I mean, they've got this track in really good shape. If we just stay green, we knew we were going to have a good race, and that's what we've got. Ricky Thornton Jr. has now got the back of the field to deal with. Man, he has got heavy lap traffic in front of him.
Into turn number 1. Now Thornton to the bottom of Earl Pearson Jr. Out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway. Meanwhile, Davenport, a good run out of 2 into turn number 3. Hughes is still 3rd. Brandon Overton. You know how he is late in the race as they come out of turn 4. Look out. Man, Thornton in the 1.
Yeah, and behind him, the 49 of Davenport almost made contact with his friend Earl Pearson Jr. as well. Both of them are able to get through, and it's still RTJ, Davenport, Spencer Hughes, your top 3.
Ricky Thornton Jr., the Todd and Vicki Burns SSI Motorsports car. Into turn 1. There you see Davenport now as they clear the 111 of Max Blair. Into turn number 3. Now behind the 20, a 4-time Show Me 100 winner, Jimmy Owens. Meanwhile, Spencer Hughes and Brandon Overton have lost ground to the top 2. There they are. They've got to battle through the treacherous turn 4. Up top into 1. Here comes Overton. Brandon Overton on the bottom. Out at turn number 2, down the back straightaway. Pearson and Herzog a lap down as they go into turn 3 side by side with 65 laps complete.
Meanwhile, back up at the front of the field, Jonathan Davenport trying to reel back in your race leader, Ricky Thornton Jr. No lap cars between the 2 leaders at this point in time, and Davenport starting to close back in on the 20 RT. We double it up for you at home. Leader on the left, Battle Cam on the right.
Right now it's a 2-horse battle out at turn number 2. Thornton clear track in front of him. Davenport will work the outside of Brody. Setting it up here. Lap 67. And the Gorsuch Performance caution is out. Turn 2 for Hudson O'Neill.
Hudson
Who's
O'Neill.
running 8th, Dustin.
Yep, he had worked his way from 20th up to 8th, but the driver out of Martinsville, Indiana has slowed on the Speedway, and something has broke underneath the hood of the Rocket 1. 66 laps are scored, 34 laps remain in the 31st running of the Show Me 100. Hudson O'Neill, who had gained at one time, James, he had gained 14 spots, getting pushed around the racetrack. Something breaks on the Rocket 1. Ben Shelton, were you able to hear anything or see anything from your vantage point?
Well, as that car came past me pushing, it sounded like it is still running, so you got to wonder if it might be something in the drivetrain or no, but it did sound like it was running as it came past me.
All right, thanks a lot, Ben. You saw Brandon Overton there, James, also getting attention from Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series staff as the driver out of Evans, Georgia, currently rounds out the top 5.
Yeah, in the championship point standings, those top 3, Thornton hangs in there. He's going to leave here as we head to West Virginia next weekend with that Midwest Sheepman alloy spoiler. And Hudson O'Neal in the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit. Davenport is second, Hughes third, Moran fourth, Overton, McCready, Tyler Erb. After bringing out a yellow, I don't know how many.
That was back on lap, well, he spun back on lap 37, so we're on lap 66 now. So Tyler Erb, in 29 laps, he has come from the tail of the field up to 7th in the Best Performance Motorsports #1. How about that?
Double file, yep. The Davenport's going to pick the top on Hughes. So Moran and Overton to go side by side, and McCready and Erb.
It'll be the first time Davenport has had to choose. It'll be the first restart. The Davenport hasn't been out front, so we'll see how his car is able to adapt, not being the lead car in line, and the same with Ricky Thornton Jr. It'll be the first time that RT has been by himself out front.
Well, they were going at it, wasn't they? You thought
Yes,
that was the last lap there for about 3 or 4 laps, sliding each other. Well, Spencer Hughes, he was losing ground. He and Brandon Overton to the top 2. Looked like they were going to pull away here at the end, but we still have 34 to go. Now a reprieve for Hughes. Devin Moran's been in the hunt. He's 4th. Overton, McCready. You know Overton and McCready late in the race. Do they have enough? And Tyler, you know, he's going to go all out.
Yes, he is.
No doubt.
Yes, he is. Well, I tell you what, you'd handpick about any of these 18 drivers left on the Speedway, and they're going to go all out for 50 grand in the first dirt late model crown jewel of the season here in Wheatland, Missouri, the Show Me 100.
Right now we still have, I believe, 22 Jimmy Owens or Jeff Herzog back out on the track. Looks like we still have, 21 cars left in this race.
Yes, I believe
Chris
you're
Simpson
right.
pulled to the infield out of the race. Well, we lost 10 cars. Well, we'll lose Hudson O'Neal because he will be out of the race, right? He is not going to come back out.
So 21 still in there, 20 still on the racetrack then.
All right, 34 to go, Dustin. The Racing Freeways restart zone. Ricky Thornton Jr. with the lead, looking for his first Show Me 100 victory. Here we go.
Spencer Hughes going to get a good run on the inside of Jonathan Davenport. Does he take the second spot away? Momentarily. Davenport, though, going to cross him over down the back straightaway. 49 back up into position #2. Hughes slides back to 3rd. Ricky Thornton Jr. able to stretch out a couple car lengths. Look at Tyler Erb. Turbo clears Devin Moran for a second. And Moran gets it back.
3 wide there momentarily. And Tyler Erb. Right now, Thornton still leads 1.1 seconds. As at the line, Davenport still second, Spencer Hughes 3rd, and a Hornet's Nest behind them. And there they are battling it out, McCready and Erb side by side. And behind them, side by side, Chad Simpson. And how about on the bottom, is that Dylan McCowan?
Yes, it is. Dylan McCowan, he's hung out in the top 10 the entire race, trying to bring home a top 10. Here in this year's Show Me 100. RTJ out front, Jonathan Davenport 2nd, Spencer Hughes 3rd, Brandon Overton 4th, Devin Moran 5th. Those top 5 cars separating themselves just a little bit. We're looking back here at that 6th, 7th, and 8th on your screen. McCready is 6th, Tyler Erb 7th, Chad Simpson is 8th, Dylan McCowan is 9th. And looks like now Dalton Wilson has worked his way from the tail of the field back up to the 10th position.
I don't think Devin Moran trying to get into that top 4. He comes in tonight 5th in the points. He leads McCready, who's 4th in the points. Oh, Chad Simpson, look out. Oh, man.
His car pushed a little bit right there coming off the corner.
He pushed way up there. Meanwhile, Ricky Thornton Jr. is on a rail. He swept Iowa last weekend, trying to sweep tonight the Show Me 100 after Davenport has won the last 2 nights. Tyler giving it all he has right now, running in the 7th spot. Hughes is still 3rd. It's 2.7 seconds.
Devin Moran,
RTJ.
Devin Moran just slipped high down in turns 1 and 2 there, James. We saw on the right-hand side of the screen, and that cost him a little bit of ground in that battle for 5th and allowed both Tim McCready and Tyler Erb to close back in.
Now they pick up the tail into the field. Jeff Herzog back there. Boy, Thorne, turn 4 up there is tough as they go into 1. Now Thornati pushes up the track. Man, he almost went over that shelf over there in turn number 2, but he's got a good lead right now, still 2.7 seconds for the 20 RT.
I mean, he's just throwing caution to the wind, man.
This is Darlene, right?
This is Darlene. T. Graham Brown's got to be proud of him naming that car Darlene, as he is out front by 2.7 seconds over Jonathan Davenport. So there's Thornton, your leader. Scroll back now to your second place car, 2.7 seconds back is Jonathan Davenport and the Lance Landers Racing 49. Spencer Hughes behind him in third. Hughes has got the proverbial rear view mirror full of the 76 of Brandon Overton. Overton going to try to drive by him. He'll take the third spot away momentarily. Shuffle Hughes back to position number 4. Those 2 drivers battling for third. James right now rounding out the top 5 is the 99 of Devin Moran.
But don't look now, Dustin. Your leader in heavy traffic at turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Wow. As they go into turn 3, here comes Davenport. Thornton try to thread the needle around Pearson and Blair behind the 20 of Jimmy Owens. 78 laps complete, 22 to go. Oh, Davenport's not done yet. Thornton will drift up the track. He'll lose ground. Here comes Davenport down the back straightaway. Last time around, Dustin, it was 1.495 seconds. Thornton's got to be careful trying to get around Owens. And here comes JD.
And JD closing in a hurry. It was 2.7 seconds just a couple laps ago. Now it is 0.6 of a second as Ricky Thornton Jr. Wow, a bold move there to clear Daniel Hilsebeck in the 22. James, this time by 20 laps to go. Ricky Thornton Jr. trying to hang on.
One little misstep as they go into one. Davenport down on the bottom. He'll slide up in front of Hilsebeck. Now no lap cars between first and second. Overton, though, trying to reel him in. He's 3.5 behind Thornton. Hughes fourth, Moran fifth. At the line, 19 to go for 20 RT.
19 laps to go. Oh, Dalton Wilson hard into the wall coming off turn number 4. He's going to gather it back up, and for the time being, we stay green, but heavy damage to the right rear of the James Ratliff Racing 18D.
Who needs a spoiler, right? How did he hang on to that?
Keep our eyes on that to make sure he doesn't shed any debris as well or cut down a right rear tire.
Alberson going at it. Good thing we got a couple of days off here as they go out of turn number 2. Thornton still leads, 18 to go. For 20 RT, slides in turn number 2 down the back straightaway.
In that last lap, James, your second place car, Jonathan Davenport, he had a tough time getting by lap traffic. Davenport now 3.3 seconds behind your race leader, Ricky Thornton Jr. We look back on the battle for 4th. That's Spencer Hughes in the 11. Maybe his future brother-in-law. That's Devin Moran in the 99 and Tyler Earp closing in on him in the 1.
Got to make sure you don't cancel Thanksgiving right there, do you? As they go into turn 3, Hughes and Moran. Tyler Erb is 6th, McCready, McCowan 8th, Chad Simpson 9th, Alberson is 10th. 14 laps will remain when Ricky Thornton Jr. crosses the start-finish line.
Man.
The lead is over almost 5 seconds.
Unbelievable. A clinic being put on here in the Show Me 100 by Ricky Thornton Jr. He's finished in the top 10 3 straight years in this race. He was runner-up last year, trying to better himself by 1 spot this year. And James, don't look now. Brandon Overton has closed in on your second place car, Jonathan Davenport.
Here comes Overton. Davenport right there, and here comes Brandon Overton to go to the inside. He'll slide it up the track. No, out at 2. Davenport still has the spot. Is it 6 seconds?
It is 6.2 seconds. That is unbelievable.
This is Larson-like.
It is unbelievable. Ricky Thornton Jr.
He's got a clear racetrack.
I mean, he has absolutely brought the whooping stick out on the field in this one, man. With 12 laps to go, RTJ finally maybe going to get himself some redemption and get a $50,000 payday, but there's still 10 or 11 laps to go.
Whoa, Tyler Earp, hang on, he'll hit the wall at turn 4. He'll keep his foot in and McCowan around him. We'll have 10 to go coming up. Who needs a quarter panel and a spoiler? They are going at it out at 2. Simpson and Alberson behind them.
I could have sworn I saw a giant chunk of mud whenever he hit the wall, laying right in front of the driver's seat, up just what would be above the gauges and MSD box there on the one of Tyler Erb as well. Meanwhile, that's the battle for 6th. Look at Dylan McCowan trying to take 6th away from Timmy McCready.
19-year-old out of turn number 4 down the main straightaway. Thornton still dealing with the tail end of the field. Has got to be careful. He has thrown slider after slider, and even in lap traffic. Here's the battle for 2nd, and Brandon Overton is going to go to 2nd spot. And Jonathan Davenport has lost some speed into turn 1 as he's working the bottom. Does he have an issue, Dustin? And Jonathan Davenport slows coming out of turn number 2, picks it back up. Maybe something amiss, yes, on the 49 car.
Yeah, I think something is definitely amiss on that car as the laps tick away here. The driver that led the first 57 laps of this race is certainly not up to snuff. Meanwhile, your race leader, Ricky Thornton Jr., kind of slowed just a little bit. I don't want to say that he's riding by any stretch of the imagination, but he knows with his crew guys that he's got a huge lead out here, James. He's just trying to bide his time and hang on for 6 more laps and grab a Show Me 100 win.
Brandon Overton's hoping for a caution, 5.8 behind. Davenport still 3rd, Moran 4th, Hughes 5th, McCready, McCowan, and Devin Moran may have a problem. No.
Looked like he got a little too high down in turns 1 and 2.
You wonder about tire wear.
Whoa.
They are going at it here. 4th place for Moran. And right now, Ricky Thornton Jr. 5 laps away from victory.
5 laps to go for RTJ, making 4 laps to go. This time by at the stripe, and that will bring out a Gorsuch Performance caution as Chad Simpson, your current Lucas Oil MLRA points leader, pounds the wall coming off the corner. And the yellow is out, James, with less than 5 laps to go in the Show Me 100. Oh my. Caution flag is out with 4 laps remaining in the 31st running of the Show Me 100 for Chad Simpson as he made hard contact with the wall coming off turn number 2 down the back straightaway. As we will take a look at the instant replay here, James. You're going to see right there that car, he got up over the cushion. He got up over the cushion, battling out there on the racetrack. He was out there battling for the 10th spot, and unofficially, when you get too high, it sucks you right up into the wall, and man, he made hard contact. Did Chad Simpson. He is not happy with somebody.
Tyler
Erb.
Ben, reports are Jonathan Davenport, he may not be on all 8 cylinders.
Well, in addition to that, he got over the cushion really tough about 3 laps in a row, and I think he just had enough of the top side. So between that and possibly being down on power, he's going to try to, it seems so far, he's going to try to run the low side of the racetrack these final 4 laps.
So it'll be a single file restart, as obviously it's 96 laps complete. 4 to go with Ricky Thornton Jr. Dustin out in front.
4 laps remaining here in the 31st running of the Show Me 100. Don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be back with the final 4 laps right after this. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the 31st annual Show Me 100, where 96 laps are in the books. And we now have a 4-lap dash to the finish. James Ricky Thornton Jr. had over a 5-second lead with 4 laps to go. The caution has erased that. It'll be a single file restart. He's now got Brandon Overton knocking on his back door. Jonathan Davenport, who may be underpowered, he may have dropped a cylinder, something amiss on the 49 in third. Devin Moran fourth, and Spencer Hughes rounds out the top 5, 4 to go.
Well, the break that Overton may have needed as they came out of turn 4. You got to watch out. Thornton's going to drift way up high. Here comes Overton. Here comes Davenport. We'll see if Davenport is back to full song. And Brandon Overton drove it in there too hot into turn number 2. Down the back straightaway. Here comes Devin Moran in 99. Moran on the outside. And JD's not the same.
Moran's going to
no,
take
Moran,
it.
hang on, David.
Oh,
Brandon
no.
Overton, and Overton into the wall hard in turn 4. And that will bring out a Gorsuch Performance Solutions caution. I don't think we got it all in. It's the leader plus 3. We go back to lap 96.
Yeah.
And, oh, man.
It's
Wow.
just to a point, guys. If you don't hit that cushion perfect off of 4, you're going straight to the wall, and that's what got Brandon Overton as he was battling with Devin Moran. There, no contact from Moran. It's just, man, that cushion is. Kyle Larson would love this cushion, but right now a lot of these guys having a hard time with it.
All right, thanks a lot, Ben. Well, that is a tough break right there for Brandon Overton, and it looks like they are calling for not a push truck, but a wrecker, as we'll take a look at the replay here, James, and see exactly what happened. And as Ben described, there was no contact. Moran threw a slider down to the inside, and Overton was already way up high, and he grabbed a rut up there, and he pounds the wall, much the same that Chad Simpson did. James, we got one more angle of this replay. As boom, man, that is a tough hit for Brandon Overton. Ben, down to you.
Yeah, and another guy that gets redemption on that, not getting a complete lap in, Tim McCready, all the way over the cushion down in 1 and 2. He had lost about 3 spots, and now he'll get to retain that spot, as it looked like he might fall as far back to his 10th.
So Brandon Overton was trying to move into second in the points. Hudson O'Neal will officially finish in 20th here tonight, as his night has ended.
Well, if Ricky Thornton Jr. is able to, if he's able to stay out front here, James, over these last 4 laps, your second and third place cars now both dropping out. Could be a pretty good points day.
And plus $2,500 from Sunoco as well for the top point man, leaving Wheatland here. A lot of work to be done on these cars. As we head to West Virginia Motor Speedway next Friday and Saturday. But Ricky Thornton Jr., it's Daisy, Darlene, Daisy Duke, I don't know, whatever. He is just...
well, they all name their race cars, right?
Well, Josh Rice, of course, with the Betty White.
Betty White, Betty Crocker.
By the way, Josh
Betty
Rice
Rubble.
sweeping the weekend in Kentucky, by the way, Ponderosa and Lake Cumberland. You'll see him Wednesday night at Florence on the home track.
Yes, I will.
In the Flow Racing Night in America.
So
there's going to be a lot of work to be done on Memorial Day on it to get ready for Wednesday and the next weekend of the Lucas Oil Series.
Yes, there is. As we are already 12 cautions deep into this 31st running of the Show Me 100. So Ricky Thornton Jr. out front. Jonathan Davenport now back to second. Devin Moran third. Spencer Hughes fourth. And as Ben mentioned, Tim McCready fifth. Again, a shout out to Dylan McCallum, man. He's run a great race. He stayed out of trouble. That youngster right now finds himself in position number 6. There's a look at Dylan McCallum. Tyler Erb is 7th. Chris Ferguson's rallied back up to 8th. Then it is Garrett Alberson 9th. And rounding out the top 10, the 18D. He's had a couple different stints of damage on that race car and trips to the hot pit. Dalton Wilson rounds out the top 10.
He spun 5 times coming off of turn 4.
Yes.
The deck is a man.
Yeah, look at that.
Oh,
look
man.
at the damage on that 18D, man.
These race fans can't wait to the pits afterwards, right? They're going to pick up some spare parts off of these race cars. Ricky Weiss there in the 7 car. He runs in 13th. Dalton Wilson, as you mentioned, in 12th. Chad Simpson was 11th. He is out of the race. Oh, man. All right, Ricky Thornton Jr., 4 laps away. Well, let's see what Devin Moran's had a pretty fast car. Does he have a shot here if he can get around Davenport?
At this point in this race, man,
I don't know what's
we've
gonna
had
happen.
so many plot twists. Agreed. Don't go anywhere. 4 laps remaining in the 31st Show Me 100. Ricky Thornton Jr., Jonathan Davenport, Devin Moran, your top 3.
Davenport has to go back down to the bottom. Moran's going to have to go to the top side now. That hurt his momentum a little bit. They go into 1. Moran, he's going to go around Davenport out of turn number 2. Davenport's just hanging on.
The 49's hill.
Moran goes to 2nd. Hughes will go to 3rd. Here comes McCready. Ricky Thornton Jr. bouncing through there. He almost got in the wall. Coming out of 4. He left our side of vision.
Wow.
Holy cow, 3 to go.
Devin Moran now up to 2nd. And Tim McCready trying to take 3rd away from Spencer Hughes. This all happens, though, behind your race leader, and I think the 49 might be done. Jonathan Davenport slowing. He's going to make the hard left-hand turn in the infield. No, he is not. He stays on the racetrack, and that's going to bring out another Gorsuch Performance Solutions caution flag.
Guys, you're going to think I'm crazy, but I'm not so sure the 49's not out of gas. He was going down the front straightaway. He pulled down low and was shaking the car back and forth. Either that or he was losing power of some sorts, but he was shaking the car back and forth like he was trying to pick up fuel.
Wow. Add that to the plot twist, right?
And it could be a battery, you know, but it was just interesting watching him do that, go down the front straightaway.
Well, Dylan McCowan will now be up to 5th. Ferguson 6th, Herb 7th. Moran, there's still 2 laps to go in this race.
Who knows what is going to happen?
We won't have overtime. At least we don't think so.
I guess race has been in overtime since about lap 30.
Oh, man. Ricky Thornton Jr., Devin Moran. Devin Moran's biggest win was what? At Fairbury, right? Was that like 30,000?
It was, yes.
31,000 at that time, 50K here tonight.
This would be the biggest career win for him. For Spencer Hughes and, of course, Dylan McCowan as well. And nobody in the top 5 has ever won the Show Me 100 before.
Yeah.
Thornton, Moran, McCready, Hughes, and McCowan.
Man. All right, Ferguson's the first one there at 6th, and then everybody else, no. Except Owens, who's 14th. Owens is still out there, by the way, isn't he? He's still,
he's back
a couple laps down.
He's in 14th.
He's pitted probably 15 times, but he's still out there. Hey, he's running for points. Keep her going, Jimmy.
That's right. That's exactly right.
Hey, if everybody else, well, he's 2 laps down. If somebody else doesn't, if they don't finish their
He could keep that top 10 streak alive. You never know.
He might be the first one to 99.
There's a good look at the Kohler Motorsports number 20 of Jimmy Owens, again currently in 14th. As we'll have 2 laps remaining. Flagman Mike Striegel giving him the high sign. Yellow lights turned off. Green flag will wave next time by. I started to wonder, too. I mean, Ricky Thornton Jr., let's just be honest. He's been abusing that race car, man. There's no guarantee.
He disappeared from our side that last time around. But what do you do if you're Devin Moran? You're looking for the biggest win of your career. Are you going to throw it in there? 2 laps to go. The green, the white, and the checkered for $50,000. Here we go.
Ricky Thornton Jr. leads him back to the green in that Racing for Heroes restart zone. Moran maybe gets a little high down to 1 and 2, and so does Thornton. Moran's got to run down the back straightaway. Here comes Devin Moran.
White flag. Can they keep it out of the wall? Thornton has a little bit of a trouble. Can Moran get close enough? 1 lap to go to throw the slider on the final lap of the Show Me 100.
Ricky Thornton Jr. trying to keep the 20 RT underneath of a Moran. Might try one last-ditch effort down the back straightaway. No, he won't be close enough. Checkered flag in the air. The winner of the 31st annual Show Me 100 is going to be Ricky Thornton Jr. Devin Moran finishes 2nd. Tim McCready 3rd. Spencer Hughes 4th. And Chris Ferguson will round out the top 5. Dylan McCowan 6th, Tyler Erb 7th, Garrett Alberson 8th, unofficially Dalton Wilson 9th, and Ricky Weiss will round out your top 10.
Wow. He just was not close enough. You know he was going to do it. You know Devin was going to let it go, but that's big for him. Not only 2nd place, that's 20,000 for 2nd, by the way. And in this points, he come in 5th, remember, trying to get into that top 4 at the end of the season. That's going to help him out in that Roger Sellers Double Down Motorsports car. There was no lack of entertainment on that that turn 4.
Yeah, one thing we can say is that never did we know who was going to win this race, even on that caution with 2 laps to go, man. We had no idea that 20 RT was going to hang on for 2 more laps. So he's been one of the fastest cars here all weekend. He passed more cars than anybody on Thursday. He passed more cars than anybody on Friday.
Yep.
He didn't have to pass more cars than anybody tonight. He started in the outside front row, but the win certainly did not come easy, as Jonathan Davenport would go in and lead the first 57 laps of this one. Ricky Thornton Jr. would take the lead officially on lap number 58, and he led the final 42 laps. But again, it didn't come easy, James.
He's going to need that fuel burn-off. I think most of everybody that finished there in that race, unofficially Moran second, McCready third, Hughes fourth, Ferguson fifth. Tip of the cap to Dylan McCowan. He scored all 100 laps here tonight for the rookie in his first Show Me 100.
So it's Ricky Thornton Jr. getting the win in the 31st annual Show Me 100. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back right after this. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the 31st running of the Show Me 100, where Ricky Thornton Jr. the first driver to cross the stripe. James, he's made his way into the tech building to make sure that he passes post-race tech, and then we'll see him back out on the front straightaway as long as all the I's are dotted and T's are crossed.
16th different driver to win the Show Me 100, and you know what? That keeps our streak alive. The last 9 Show Me 100s, 9 different winners.
Yeah, absolutely. First time he has won this race. Was second here a year ago. He's actually finished in the top 10 3 straight years of this event, and finally gets it in victory lane here this evening.
So the top 4 finishers had never won this race. Ferguson was the first winner to have done it in 5th right now. That is in the top 10, by the way. Jonathan Davenport officially scored in 11th with 98 laps complete. So Thornton, Moran, McCready, Hughes, Ferguson, then McCowan, Erb, Alberson, all 100 laps scored. Then Dalton Wilson, 99 laps, and Ricky Weiss 10th with 99.
James, unofficially, Jeff Herzog was the Todd Steele Building's hard charger of the race. He gained 12 positions, starting 28th and finishing 16th. Chris Ferguson, unofficially gaining 11 spots. He started 16th and finished 5th. And Dalton Wilson, again, this is all unofficial, started 19th and finished 9th rather. He gained 10 spots.
So still waiting on Ricky Thornton Jr. here in the Lucas Oil Speedway Tech Building. Spencer Hughes has made his way out on the front stretch along with Chris Ferguson.
So again, your 4th place finisher, Spencer Hughes, made his way back out on the front straightaway. 5th place, Chris Ferguson, has made his way back out on the speedway as well. Ricky Thornton Jr. going through the last little bit of tech
See Devin Moran in the building, Tim McCready as well.
There's Devin Moran, you see, making his way out of the Tech building. He'll be making his way back out on the Speedway, your second place finisher. Tim McCready just went in the Tech building there as well. Well, James Essex, we just got word from series officials. We have capped off a wild night with a wild ending here. Ricky Thornton Jr. does not pass the droop check at the end of the race. The winner will be Devin Moran. The driver out of Dresden, Ohio, the Double Down Motorsports number 99, pulling into victory lane, declared the winner of the 31st running of the Show Me 100. Wow, what a wild ending to a wild night of racing here in Wheatland, Missouri at Lucas Oil Speedway. Moran is getting ready to climb out of the car. Ben Shelton will send it down to you.
Unbelievable, unbelievable change of events down here as Devin Moran picks up his 4th career win with Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. His first of the year. He'll become the 12th different Wheatland feature winner as we wait on Devin to climb out of the race car. Your Show Me 100 winner tonight, Devin Moran in car 99. $50,000 richer in Lucas Oil Victory Lane, the 31st annual Lucas Oil Show Me 100. As he picks up the win with Double Down Motorsports and Roger Sellers, as Devin will make his way on to the victory lane stage, picking up the biggest win of his career here tonight, the 16th different driver in 31 years to win the Lucas Oil Show Me 100. And Devin, as you make your way up, what are the emotions right now as you've been declared the winner of this event?
What the hell? I mean, I don't know. This is like the best, worst win of my life, you know? Like, I just won the freaking Show Me 100, $50,000, but like, Ricky was the best car in the field, and I drove like an idiot and wrecked the 76, and I'm probably going to get a black eye when I get back in the pits, but hell with it, we won the race, I guess.
Devin, it was a total cowboy up race tonight, and I think everybody was on the ragged edge. Did every lap, were you wondering if you're going to be the next one to go into the concrete?
Yeah, you know, right there before that last caution, I was making a boatload of time in 1 and 2, and I could just like charge it really hard and get through there, and I felt like I was really good. I don't know what my lap times were compared to the 20 RT before that caution, and then I got a really good restart, and I cleared JD, and I thought I was going to be able to clear Brandon, and I just completely ran over him. So like I said, that was a dumbass move on my part, but first and foremost, there's a bad son of a gun in North Carolina, and his name is Kevin Rumley. I don't know if many people know him, but this win 110% goes to that man, because my entire crew has been working their asses off. We've worked as many hours as you can imagine this week, and Tanner, Chucky, Mason, Tad, even Brad here, my beautiful girlfriend Lakia, we drove all over the country and went down there, and we worked our butts off. So I want to thank all of them. I want to thank Kevin, all of Longhorn, Steve Arpin, my beautiful fiance Lakia, my mom and sister, my dad and everyone back home, my grandparents. This is just unbelievable, really.
You guys came out this year, you won the first 2 races, but tonight, the first Lucas Oil win for Roger Sellers, Double Down Motorsports. This is his second Show Me 100 title in 3 years. What does it mean to give him this here tonight?
I mean, obviously, I want to thank Roger and Casey, Robbie, Connor so much for what they've been doing for me. Lazy Days RV, Big River Steel. I know Scott and Denise and everyone here. Chris Davis over there with Midwest Sheet Metal. He puts a lot into this event. And C&W Trucking, Doug Curlis, he was texting me last week, asking me what the hell is going on and how to get my stuff better. And we got it done. CarSourceAuto.com, Red Oak Pub, Bill Stein Shocks, Longhorn Chassis, Cornet Race Engines, McHugh, Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Just so many people. Dynamic Drivelines, AccuForce, Holland Haskell, Lucas Oil Products. There's just so many people that I can't thank enough. And like I said, it's not as special as I'd like it to be because I drove like an idiot and I have been all year and I don't know why. So I got to fix that. And it kind of sucks that the droop rule kind of eliminated the winner. So I'm hoping we can figure out a way to get rid of that rule or something. That way we don't have to worry about the fastest guy not winning the race.
You are, no matter what, you're a Show Me 100 champion. Your dad tried for a few years at West Plains. Final thing, how long is it going to take for this to set in? Not just the 50,000, but being a Show Me 100 champion.
I have no idea. Like I said, there might be an asterisk by it, but it's going to pay 50 grand one way or the other, so we're going to take it, and we're going to drink some beer tonight.
Race fans, your winner here tonight, Devin Moran. On top of the Big River Steel podium, as we move down to catch up with your second place finisher, Tim McCready, the Paylor Motorsports number 39. He comes home second tonight. Tim, with 4 to go, the first restart with 4 to go, you get off over the cushion at 1 and 2, you fall back to 8th, and the caution came out. Did you feel like that was kind of a second lease on life to have a chance at a podium?
I didn't know until I saw Overton crash. I didn't know if they'd scored a lap. Once I saw him crash in the wall, I thought, another hip check, and there it was, another guy stuck in a board. So we just do our best, and we got some luck, and we'll take it. You know what I mean? It's a shame what happened to Ricky. I didn't even know really what happened, and we'll take what we got.
This was an aggressive race tonight. You were as far back, I think, at 10th at one point to come out of here tonight. You guys made gains every single night here. As you get ready to head to West Virginia, what's your biggest takeaway?
Oh, I mean, we're going to have to do, this thing overheated. Its motor's probably, cooked out of it and whatever else is broke. It's part of life. They like this. This, to me, is no different than racing in the rubber. We're just up at the top of the track and, screwing each other over left and right to get our possessions. I'm kind of old school. I like the race. I like the rub. I don't like the crash and bash, but that's a new way of racing, so I got to learn to do it. Tim
McCready, race fans, finishes in second tonight. Rounding out the Big River Steel podium, Mississippi Spencer Hughes. And Spencer, man, from the drop of the green flag, you had a hot ride tonight to finish on the podium for this team in front of this massive crowd. What does this do for this team?
Oh man, it's great. We've been running real good here lately, and we've just, in the past we've struggled in the longer races. We've been fast in them before, and ran in the top 5 a lot, but to finally finish one off, that means a lot for us, and just a big confidence booster. We were really good there for a long time. When it got rough, it got real choppy and rough through 3 and 4 especially, they could just get through it a whole lot more consistently than I could, but at least we held on and put together another good run.
Race fans, rounding out the Big River Steel podium tonight, Spencer Hughes out of Cosseyville, Mississippi. Coming home in position number 4 tonight, your defending event champion, Chris Ferguson. Chris, different racetrack this year from last year, but you guys rallied from 16th to 4th. Are you happy with that as you get ready to vacate Lucas Oil Speedway tonight?
Yeah, we're pretty happy. I mean, the crews worked their butts off this weekend. We threw this car together in a couple days, and we would have loved to have seen that cushion die down a lot faster. But man, I'm just very blessed to be here and be up here on the, up on the front stretch again. Would have loved to have been up here, but man, congratulations to Devin. I know he's been looking for a big one like this for a while, and I'm happy to see him get it. But like I said, just thanks to all my crew and all my sponsors that are watching, everybody that's here, my family, everybody at home. I just so thankful to be 4th tonight. I hate it for Ricky. Anytime the track's rough like that, you're going to have stuff happen. So it was a good race, though, man. I know the fans thought it was exciting coming out of 4 there a couple times.
Race fans, North Carolina's Chris Ferguson in 4th. And tonight, rounding out your Penske Shocks top 5, how about it for Urbana, Missouri's Dylan McCowan in car number 8. Dylan, I know this is your home track, but I think you made a lot of fans around the world this week, man. You finished in 6th. The winner gets disqualified. You end up 5th. Could you have scripted this weekend any better for this team?
No, it went pretty crazy. You know, it was awesome. You know, I couldn't have scripted it out any better. We just wanted to make the show and not get lapped. This is pretty crazy, you know, up here fighting with these guys. I think we was back to 13th or 14th at the time, and then we just kind of got in some good positions starting on the top, and we was able to kind of come back through there. But going into 1 on the last lap, I run out of fuel too. And when I set back down on the left side, I was able to keep going. It sloshed enough fuel over there, and I didn't think I was going to be able to finish. So it was pretty crazy, but it was a fun race. Track had a lot of character, and I'd just like to thank all my sponsors. This is probably going to take a minute. You might want to give that here.
Hold on to it. Let's do this. You've earned this, my friend.
Yeah, this is pretty crazy for me. I never would have dreamed in a million years we'd be up here. I remember just a couple years ago getting to watch this, you know, from the stands, and now we're out here racing it in the trenches, these guys and me, and they worked their butts off. I promise they earned it just as much as I did.
Well, I tell you what, you made a lot of people proud this weekend. How about that 19-year-old Dylan McCowan? He rounds out the Penske Shocks top 5. DJ James, we're going to be talking about this one for a long time, guys. Devin Moran, your winner here tonight.
Absolutely. Well, thanks a lot, Ben Shelton. Ladies and gentlemen, don't go anywhere. We will come back with your super clean race recap. This is the 31st annual Show Me 100 at Lucas Oil